when it comes to this angelic lineage, what I'd like to say is that most of the people that we encounter upon this planet, they come from something that looks like this originally. Most of the people. Now, the clones are something different. You can normally tell the clones by their deeds, mainly, because sometimes a soul person may look like one of those clones. You see, this is why the guy called Adolf Hitler, remember, he was trying to create the perfect soldier. He was messing with genetics back then. Now let's go back even a little bit more. During the time of Adolf Hitler and his scientists, they were having world fairs before that point. And often when you would go to these world fairs, they would have these buildings, and within the building they would have incubating centers. Right. Now, either there was a whole bunch of women who had premature babies and they were willing to separate themselves from their babies and let their babies be in these incubators and these world fairs, or they were incubating life, bringing forth something new, a newer creation. This is why shortly after that you have these things called these orphan trains, where they had a lot of these children that they were shipping all over different places, and they came in many different colors. You see, we're not dealing directly with the color. I'm just saying the color tells what type of person what type of angelic being you normally are. And it gives us hints to if you are of the family, but your deeds tell everything. Your ways and your actions really speak volumes when it comes to this right here. This is why I say you will have some people, man, who are just totally disagreeable. Who will take the place that they live and then drain it from resources so that the later versions of themselves won't be able to enjoy it? You know what I'm saying? What type of person goes in here and destroys certain parts of the land purposely? Create laws and rules and regulations that are unfair unto the people. That doggone, these beings that they promote disagreeableness. These are your clones. They enforce these things. Now some of these clones, some of the doggone angelic ones who are of the angelic lineage, they have fallen down into the evil ways. And they do what the clones do. We're dealing with beings who were disagreeable and they lived on the outside of that ice wall. They were genetically modified over there, and then they got higher positions and their families attained great wealth, and so, or they were ran out of there, so they came over here and started running the same tricks that either they were running over there on the other side of that ice wall, or they came knowing the tricks that they were using, and they came over here to take advantage of people. They were creating biblical characters. This is why you will have a story about a certain being who may not know how to read or write, and then he goes up into a hill, and then someone gives him a tablet, or someone gave him a book, and then he comes back down, and then he teaches all the other people these rules and regulation. Because see, when you're dealing, let's talk about the Divine Nine. The Divine Nine is a group of what you would call ancient ones. And each one of them, they have the science. One may have the science of creating nuclear devices. One may have the science of creating things like diseases and stuff like that. One may have the science of manipulating molecules. One may have the science of creating laws and controlling the masses. You know, they have these. Each one of them is a master within their own division, and they have these books. They have these scrolls, and these scrolls, man, has the science of that. And every now and then they get corrupt, and they go out and they tell people things that they're not supposed to tell them. This is why when you're dealing with some of the beings who came over here, like Aziel, right? Or see, now Aziel, either he came from across that ice wall, or he was one of the angelic ones who became in physical form or somewhat form, and he started to tell people things that they shouldn't know. Man, there's so many different things going on so many different levels. It's not funny. It would take me I would have to talk to you for probably about a year straight to even touch on a lot of what's going on. I wouldn't have to do that because I'm real talk real fast. But there's a lot of things that's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? The Anunakis, man, that they're a lot of them, they're clones. Some of them are fallen ones. But here's the thing about the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis, they are the descendants of the Riskians. Now, the original Riskians, I'll say that for another time. I'm out.